Welcome back to a new video. So this is my training session from Friday, and the goal, really the main focus of the day, was not the snatch or the clean jerk or the deadlifts. It was to do some 10s in the squat, and at least one set of 10. And I originally was like, I want to do 3 sets of 10 and then maybe try to PR the set of 10 next week, but I was like, I'm just going to try to do 190 and I think I can do it for 10. And I kind of gave myself some fun exercises to do before that, weren't just going in and brutalizing myself with a set of 10 in the squat. So I did some snatching, clean jerking, and it went better than yesterday, I think, because the fatigue was a little bit less than yesterday. And also I just had a more, aggressive mindset with locking out the bar above my head for the snatch, and then for the clean jerks, I think it was just more of fatigue, having that a little bit less, where they felt a little bit better. But a lot happier with the session as far as the weightlifting stuff went today, where I was able to, I missed 120 the first time, then made it the second time, and pretty happy with the lockout on just about every rep. Obviously on the miss, looked like trash, but it's less of the lockout that was the issue and more of just leaving the bar out in front that you'll see on the first 120. Clean jerks got up to 145. Really wanted to go up from there, but knew that I was going to try to do, really at that point I kind of decided, like, I'm going to try to do 190 for a set of 10 in the back squat, which is hilarious because it sets up my max to be like 557 or something goofy, really high, which, that kind of information isn't really necessarily useful up to a certain level. All that really tells you is that, like, I could, if your estimated max there for me is like, 555 or 60 or whatever it is, and my actual 1 rep max is 523, it informs me that I most likely have enough strength to do more than that 523. Do I have enough to do, 550 plus or whatever? Most likely not. But when the difference is that high, generally is like a indicator, like, oh, it's like things are moving in the correct direction. That's mostly how, for strength movements, I'll use a 1 rep max calculator. It's just kind of like a fun thing to look at. It's not really prescriptive in any very literal way. But after I did this, the squats, the 190 squats, did deadlifts up to 300. The 300 felt really heavy. I was honestly worried I was going to miss it because of how fatigued I was from the back squat set, but weirdly enough, the 190 for 10 felt easier, at least from the recovery, like after the set, than doing the 185. And I'm not really sure what that is or why that is, but I will certainly take it because obviously 190 is a massive set of 10 for me, and another 5 kilogram PR. And I hadn't PR'd that lift or that set of 10 in a while for years because I just didn't want to do sets of 10. I mean, who does? But certainly I think it's helping my general strength level and just kind of grit, which is always a good thing to develop. After this training session, I was talking with the owner of the gym, and he was talking about the new facility that's going to be finished being built in the summer of next year. It's going to the construction for it's going to start, I think he said, early in 2025, because all the land is now basically prepared as far as I know. It sounds like a really nice place. It's going to be a lot nicer than where I'm at now, and more like I don't want to say higher class, but like just a newer facility. And what's going to be nice is he said he's already ordered it, so I don't know when they'll get here, but they'll be here soon. He got some wooden jerk blocks, and it's hard to see behind the board. You can see some of the signs, but there's dry erase board. There's a bunch of listings. You can kind of see the text that's on there. People put equipment recommendations, and I put that jerk blocks, metal or wooden, didn't really matter to me. And he's getting some wooden ones, which are going to be exciting to use at the gym, which I'll utilize a lot. I'm too lazy to use them at the house because of the fact that I have to set them all up and then take them all down if I do anything else in the shed. And there's not a lot of space in the shed, of course, and so it's a bit annoying to have to move everything around or to move blocks and stuff. At least at the gym, I might be able to leave them out or be able to move them a lot easier since there's a lot more open space. So I'm looking forward to that, and the new gym facility in the summer, which will be really nice. It's like 5 minutes down the road from this gym, so it's not any further really, but it sounds like a lot, brand new building and everything that he's going to be building. So that's exciting for that. They're also trying to get me to do a powerlifting meet. I don't envision myself actually doing that because I don't really want to do that. But I think that, I was thinking of like the numbers that would be possible. So obviously I would start hook gripping on my deadlifts. I would look for a competition where I would use a deadlift bar, because that would help the transition with hook grip. I'm not going to try to use a stiff bar. I'd rather just deadlift more weight and not struggle with my grip as much. But I think I could most likely, being pretty conservative, I could do a 500-pound squat. I could do like a 640 deadlift, and then probably do like a 2. Like I'm trying to like, what round number could I get up to? And so if I did 500 on the squat, which I think is a pretty reasonable thing for me to assume, and then like 260, and this is all in pounds, of course, 260 on the bench press, which is very reasonable, even if I didn't train it at all, to be able to do, and then like 640 on the deadlift, which is kind of, I think, basically what I've hook gripped. I think I've hook gripped maybe 20 pounds less than that, but a lot of the training for, develop the grip or the hook grip for the deadlift is just to, practice it. But that would get me to a 1400 total, which would be pretty dope. And thinking of my best numbers I've ever done in a comp in any, I believe my best back squat is 200, and my best bench is like 295. I'd have to go back and look. And I remember doing my best deadlift with the deadlift bar. It was 590. And so that was like 1,085. So obviously, a lot more than that. But I just don't envision myself really wanting to do one. But potentially, if I were, from like a scheduling aspect, I still want to do the, obviously the weightlifting competition in May. But if the timing would be after that competition, where I would just randomly do one without really, preparing for it or anything, but just like, something in the summer. So potentially that. And there's one of the guys at the gym was wanting to do more weightlifting stuff, so he might dabble in that and do a weightlifting meet. So it might make me morally obligated to do a powerlifting one, but we'll see. But it wouldn't be until the summer for sure, because I obviously would be focusing 100% on weightlifting, even through the powerlifting meet. But anywho, that's going to be it for this one. Apologize for all the blank space at the end. And if you made it this far, I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.